Welcome back to our Psalms of Histories series. We're looking at a real dark time in David's life, a disappointing time. David knew he was experiencing the consequences of his own decisions. He had made terrible choices that was wreaking havoc within his own family, his children. Absalom, his son, who at the time was now the supposed heir to the throne, natural succession, has led a rebellion against his father. He despises his father. Lots of background and complication to that. And yet David, as Absalom makes his way to Jerusalem, he spares the city. He places his trust in God and he leaves. And he trusts that God would sort it all out. It's during this season, though, that David continues to express his heart before the Lord by writing songs. Songs that were to be sung, songs that end up in the catalog of Psalms that are presented in our Bible. David wrote more of the Psalms than anyone else. And we see here Psalm 70 and 71 likely being written, we can see, during this season of his life. We'll start with Psalm 70. It's titled Prayer for Relief from Adversities or Adversaries. It's to the chief musician, a psalm of David, to bring to remembrance relief from adversaries. I want to say that the wrong way. You know what I mean. It begins, make haste, O God, to deliver me. Make haste to help me, O Lord. Make haste, God. I need you to move. I need you to act. It's to me, it's very interesting. You refer to some of the other Psalms where David will speak to himself to wait patiently. And yet on the other side of the coin, he'll appeal to God. Hey, hurry up. Isn't that how it works? I think God's okay with both. Wait, we speak to ourselves, but we can speak to God. God, I need you to act. I need you to act now. I need you to hurry it up. Make haste, O God. Make haste. Let them be ashamed and confounded who seek my life. Let them be turned back and confused who desire my hurt. Let them be turned back because of their shame, who say, aha, aha. Let all those who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. And let those who love your salvation say continually, let God be magnified. He's setting up this contrast. My enemies, let them be confused. Let them be turned back. But those who seek you, God, may we rejoice. May we find our gladness in you. Those who love you say continually, let God be magnified. But then he turns back to himself. He closes his small little psalm. He says, but I am poor and needy. David, he's not being, he's not being self-critical. He's just acknowledging a reality. Not monetarily. I mean, David was very wealthy. But regarding his state, his situation, his heart. Like David had needs. He was poor. He was needy. And so he speaks to God from that place of, I am in need. He says, make haste to help me, O God. Again, so often, like the first step to salvation is acknowledging your need to be saved, right? If you can't acknowledge you need saving, then salvation's an impossibility. First step, save me. It's like Peter walking on the water. He begins to sink. Lord, save me. Like he acknowledged, I am in need of saving. I can do nothing about this. I'm going to drown apart from an intervention. Save me. God saves him. Jesus lifts him out of the water. So with salvation, the first step to salvation is the acknowledgement of saving. Like I can do nothing here to fix myself. I am in need of an outside influence stepping in on my behalf to intervene. But the same thing with like the practical aspects of life. Like the day-to-day, navigating life, situations. Like sometimes like God is absolutely willing and ready to intervene, to help. But what is he waiting for? The invitation. He wants us to acknowledge that we need help. And then he'll help. Like David had to get to this point where he acknowledged, I am poor, I am needy. God, I need your help. I need your help. He says, you are my help. And then he reminds you, you are my help and you are my deliverer. O Lord, do not delay. Psalm 71. Psalm 71 is not attributed specifically to David. It is titled God, the Rock of Salvation. Most of the scribes and rabbis believe that Psalm 70 and 71 were probably conjoined. They were probably written together, but then later on divided into two. So we're just going to lump it in together. We'll give it to David. I think, again, God, the rock of my salvation, you can see how this would definitely be something David would have written, would have sung during this particular season of his life. He begins, in you, O Lord, I put my trust. That's a declaration. That's not an invitation. That's a statement, a fact. There's no ... There's no question mark. There's no, in you, O Lord, I put my trust. Is that you? Can you say that? Let me never be put to shame. And then comes the appeal. Deliver me and your righteousness. Cause me to escape. Incline your ear to me and save me. Be my strong refuge, to which I may resort continually. David's refuge was not into a cave or a fortified city. David was continuously aware of the need to find his refuge and the relationship he had with the Lord. And that it was that relationship that would give him strength, that would give him the tenacity, that would give him the wisdom he would need to navigate things. Be my strong refuge. You have given the commandment to save me, for you are my rock and my fortress. Deliver me, O my God, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel man. Indeed, very apt descriptions of Absalom. Absalom may have started his journey in a way in which you could relate to and understand. His sister had been violated. His father had done nothing for 2 years to right the wrong. There had been no repercussions, forcing Absalom to finally take action. Absalom retreats to the kingdom of his grandfather, only comes back when he's given an invitation. You walk the line with Absalom and so many stops along his journey, you're like, okay, I get it. I understand what's going on here. But then towards the end, he starts getting the counsel from men with an axe to grind, Ahithophel, and he starts doing some very deplorable things. He rapes a bunch of women that were entrusted to David's care, part of his harem. He really devolves into sin and wickedness. So this description, oh God, deliver me out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous, the cruel man. Indeed, Absalom, very much that. For you are my hope, O Lord God. You are my trust from my youth. Again, David had retreated into familiar territory, areas in which he had raised sheep as a child. By you I've been upheld from birth. You are he who took me out of my mother's womb. My praise shall be continually of you. I've become as a wonder to many, but you are my strong refuge. Let my mouth be filled with your praise and with your glory all day. Do not cast me off in the time of old age. And David was in his 60s at this point. Do not forsake me when my strength fails, for my enemies speak against me, and those who lie in wait for my life take counsel together, saying, God has forsaken him. Pursue and take him, for there is none to deliver him. O God, do not be far from me. O my God, make haste to help me. Let them be confounded and consumed who are adversaries of my life. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor who seek my hurt. Again, he's taking his emotions to the Lord. He's raw. He's real. He understands the situation. But I will hope continually. Hope. This is not a rash hope, an empty hope. This is a hope of substance. Why? Because it's based in his knowledge of God, in his relationship with God, his experiences from his youth, from his mother's womb with the Lord. I will hope continually and will praise you yet more and more. My mouth shall tell of your righteousness and your salvation all the day, for I do not know their limits. For I will go in the strength of the Lord God. I will make mention of your righteousness, of yours only. O God, you have taught me from my youth, and to this day I declare your wondrous works. Now also when I am old and gray-headed, O God, do not forsake me, until I declare your strength to this generation, your power to everyone who is to come. If you're gray-headed and you've walked with God for years and you've seen his faithfulness through the valley, speak to the generation. Declare his goodness, his faithfulness. Verse 19, also your righteousness, O God, is very high. You who have done great things, O God, who's like you? You know, he's speaking of God and God's goodness, his righteousness in the midst of a trial. You who have shown me great and severe troubles shall revive me again. The same God that leads you into the trial is the same God who will help you persevere through the trial and bring me up again from the depths of the earth. You shall increase my greatness and comfort me on every side. Also with the lute, I will praise you and your faithfulness, O my God. To you I will sing with the harp, O Holy One of Israel. My lips shall greatly rejoice when I sing to you, and my soul which you have redeemed. My tongue also shall talk of your righteousness all the day long, for they are confounded, for they are brought to shame who seek my hurt. A powerful two Psalms giving us insight into the spirit of David, his heart as he's going through a real crappy situation. If you enjoyed these Psalms, check out our website, calvary316.tv/histories. You can catch up with all of these Psalms of History studies, as well as the Bible studies in our Harmony of History series that they connect back to. God bless.